What's up guys, Cowboys here back in the video whereby we talk about cards, money, investing. Today I'm going to talk about a small problem. Now, we're well aware of falling card prices, market and all those kind of things here. We're not going to talk about that, but I'm going to talk specifically about money or payouts coming really slow from consignment houses. And I'm not just talking about the smaller consignment houses, talking about across the board, right? Talking about the big ones like Goldin, Probstein and PWCC to some extent as well. But basically the money is coming in slow, and that's affecting a lot of people, including myself, right, who rely on selling cards through these consignment houses. Now, I don't know whether exactly does this actually affect everybody, or it's just a few certain people. Maybe I wouldn't say discrimination, but is it because that some higher end cards or some higher payouts goes first, and then the smaller ones go later on? I'm not exactly sure. On average, I sell about close to like $10,000 to $15,000 worth of cards to the various consignment houses. It's not a big sum, but definitely it's huge for me, right? So $10,000 is not a small change, and the fact that it's coming in slow, like used to be like, for example, for Probstein, I used to get payouts from PayPal, right, every maybe 2-3 days after the closing of the auction, which is pretty efficient, right? Occasionally it will come a bit delay, maybe like 5 days, but currently stretched to longer than that. Talking about more than a week, sometimes 2. And in fact, I do have payouts that come as more than a month now that's still outstanding, right? So I recently had a large sale order for more than like $7,000 worth of cards. I got the first partial payoff for like $2,000 like within like a week, right? So says all the balance is coming, and we got to sort out the PayPal. So that's all cool. I worked with Probstein for like a couple of years now. There's no worries about money going missing and things like that. But the fact that it's coming slower, like I got a second payout, which is like another second partial payout, and still have outstanding, and I have more cards that's being rolled over into the consignment platform, and I'm getting a bit worried that once I keep stacking more cards onto that, the cards are selling, but I'm not getting the money, and that's actually affecting the cash flows quite a fair bit. And to some of you probably ask, why do I still sell on consignment? Of course, like I said many times before, I'm based in Malaysia, so I can't really technically ship domestically as simple as smaller cards. For example, I can't be sending charge $4 $8 for shipping because you need to go through the consignment houses. So therefore I can have a domestic kind of shipping arrangement, right? Especially for the smaller cards. I do sell cards directly from PWCC Vault for bigger end cards, but definitely for the smaller stuff I then go through PWCC, and to some extent also I send occasionally some big cards through PWCC because Probstein, because now they offer the 5% for cards that's above $1,000 in terms of the final price, right? So, and that's pretty cheap because PayPal itself is like 5%, so it makes a lot of sense. But the fact that it's slow now, the money is coming in slow, it's affecting like my buying activities, right? And I'm forced to actually put purchases on credit cards, which is not something I like to do. I like to refunnel back the PayPal if I can, because again, being overseas from Malaysia, I'm actually exposed to that foreign exchange movements, which is getting a bit out of hand at the moment, to be honest. Between Malaysia and the United States, you guys in the US, you don't have that problem, right? So everything's maybe flowing through your normal bank account. So a lot of you who's watching this video, or maybe followers on my channel, don't understand the problem, but I know I do have a lot of international viewers who perhaps share the same sentiment as me. But for my case, I don't know about you guys. Are you guys affected by the slow payouts from consignment houses, or is this just me, right? Is this an isolated case? But I thought I just wanted to share a video out there, and maybe there's some of you who are in this position wondering like what's going on, right? So don't know what's happening. But for my case, I definitely think that there needs something to gotta look into this. Even like Goldin, right? For my September auctions or my September listings, right? Now we're coming towards the middle or third week of October, and I've just got like the first payout, right? And it's not like the entire thing, right? From what they tell me, I know some of the clients that have not paid yet and are probably expecting those payments to come in November. So it's like 1.5 months since the closing before you can actually see your money now. That was my first time listing on Goldin. I think some of you who are experienced and listed on Goldin before and says that it's the same thing, or it's fine. But for me, trying to keep the flow moving, the buy ins and outs and buying cars. You buy cars faster than you can sell these days, right? Because you're trying to take the opportunity to buy at certain prices, but you gotta fork out lots of capital up front. It's not something I'm very comfortable with, especially that not knowing when the cash flow is coming back. It used to be whereby you have some certainty on when the money is coming in. PWCC has done a good job in a sense whereby they have kind of like scheduled payments and stuff like that. But of course, the timing, even though it's fixed, but it takes quite a while, like 2 weeks before you can get any of your money from their weekly auctions, for example. So 2 weeks is a long time, right? In 2 weeks, you can really spend a lot of money on cards, buying a lot of things, and then for that 2 weeks, you gotta actually maintain a gap. So there is some adjustment, of course, that need to make to take into account all these slow payments, which is pretty annoying, right? So there's sort of like adjustments that I need to do. It's like to maintain a certain kind of flow, like a certain number of cards I need to sell every week in that sense, to anticipate that I'm going to get some money every 2 weeks or every 1 month. Whereas previously, right, I could just move a card and get it money within like 5 days after the auction closes with a week. So you count that 1 week auction plus 5 days, so that's actually 2 weeks before you can turn around for one card. So now then you add that in by another 2 weeks or another 4 weeks, so it's 3 weeks to 5 weeks before you can get money for one card sale, which is horrible, right? And considering that you need to pay for your purchases like within like 4 days if you're buying stuff on eBay, that's a pretty big dent on the cash flow. So something that I'm experiencing right now. I don't know about you guys. Hopefully you guys maybe are not affected by all of this, but definitely something's happening within the consignment space. Maybe I need to spread my stuff a bit more to the various consignment houses, 4Shop corners, DC Sports, maybe something like that. I've always been focused on the commission rates because I think that's important, right? So you want to make sure that you get the best value and the best return on commission rates, but payouts is equally as important. So it's kind of like a little balancing act that I need to probably figure out, going forward the next stage of business. Goldin, I had the impression that Goldin's great, whereby the customer service is awesome, right, from Goldin, but the way the money is flowing, it's not the way that I want to sell stuff in the long term. Maybe certain big pieces, they have the audience for that, but running based on the level of activity that I do, based on the medium kind of end cards between the $500 to $2,000 range, it's getting pretty challenging, especially when you need to balance with the falling card prices. All right, that's all I got for today. Just wanted to get this out there and share with you guys. Do like, subscribe, and follow my channel for more content in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. Cowboys out.